So the first card that fell out here is the Empress. And the Empress overall, this is a card about attracting really good things to you, okay? Taking charge of your domain, being able to rule your territory, being able to claim your, stake your claim, and really being able to, through everything that you've done, through all your accomplishment, and through the virtue of being you, I feel that you are being appreciated for all your efforts. And when I think of the Empress, this overall denotes to me a card about expanding, okay? Expanding, especially the family unit, thinking about strategies that we can take so that we become a lot more abundant financially, emotionally, intellectually, whatever the situation is, you are aiming to be a lot more abundant for this month. I feel for some of you, there is an element here of family planning, possibly thinking about decorating a home, like a room in the home to create a nursery for those who are expecting, like a child, or have recently given birth to a child, or have welcomed something new in your home environment. For others of you, you're having heavy talks here with another person about possibly purchasing a home. So you could be renting now, wanting to shift into a home buyer's or homeowner's position, or you could be thinking about, making long-term purchases or even investment properties to increase your income, but also to purchase property that you can own and live in. So there's an element here about wanting to create something long-lasting and stable. This card with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, this is a card about financial hardships, financial difficulties. This is the month where you are going to begin to quickly, very rapidly, very quickly shift away from this poverty consciousness, okay? And I feel like physically, financially, things are going to be really good for you guys financially. And of course, money is greatly linked up with our career. So I feel like there is new responsibilities given to you, new roles, new tasks, new titles, new salary, new pay scales, negotiated and signed on and agreed upon. So your financial situation is going to start to change in the month of June, and it's going to change dramatically for the better. I'm seeing an element of possibly, like an increase in the increment of, they're saying here 5. So it could be, an additional 500 a month, an additional 5,000 a year, an additional, even 5,000 in bonus commission and things like that. But I feel that you're going to be able to accumulate a lot of wealth in a very short period of time, starting in the month of June, continuing forward. So I see a lot of prosperity that's coming into the picture for you. What I'm also feeling as well is I feel like many of you are in a relationship right now. You are in a relationship and you have a partner that you have always seen eye to eye with, okay? You've always agreed. You've always been very similar in values, in the way you look at life, in the ways that, in the things that you are on board with. And I do feel there's an element here about two people needing to decide long-term goals, long-term prospects. And what that means to me is because of this big wave of change that's happening for you, there's a lot of discussions that's taking place between you and your partner. What are we doing now? Where do we go? Where do we live? Do we buy a home together? Do we move in? Do we get married? So I feel like there's a lot of questions for those in stable relationships who are even married, or, if you're still dating, or if you're still just in a relationship with another person. There's a lot of discussion between you and your significant other about how to invest money, how to make money work for the both of you. And there are a lot of questions as well about family planning, about marriage, about stability and viability of that relationship. It's a neutral energy, so I feel like it can go both ways, but I do feel solidification of relationships and a lot of talks, serious discussions, serious talks about, the next step between you and your partner. And I feel like you both are coming into a situation where you're deciding things together as a couple. So we have a new phase coming in as well with this Death card. It basically denotes the times are changing. Financial instability is left behind you for good, because coming into this month of June, you're going to do things differently. You're going to be able to have a lot of positive reception. You're going to have a lot of success. You're going to be able to reach out and have, I want to say like have a lot of command and power of persuasion over other people. And I mentioned this with Virgos. You're not a sign that is flashy and flamboyant, you know, as an earth sign. I feel like you work really well on your own, but I feel some of you, social nicety, knowing how to mingle, knowing how to make small talk, knowing how to be a very likable, a people-oriented person is going to be really good for you for this this month and for your professional life. So, you know, I gave in the previous reading for you guys, it might have been a few months ago, like back in March or April. You're the climber of the zodiac, and goats goats are very stoic, and they are also very, you know, lone wolf-ish types. And what I feel is that for a lot of you, you work in a very silent, stealthy way. You don't really reveal your plans and things like that unless it's somebody who's very close to, it's with somebody who's very close to you. So you're not out there blabbing to the world, you know, your ideas. And you're not somebody that needs other people to bounce ideas off of. You are very self-contained and you're very stoic. And some of you, you might have had a lot of success in your life, and a lot of it is completely of your own doing. No one really helped you. You know, you got where you are because of your sheer dedication, sheer hard work, keeping things close to your chest and having a good sense of intuitive timing. And then I feel for others of you, your ability to be very sociable, very likable, team-oriented, a great team player, whether or not you're able to do that, it might have hurt or really hinder your career development. Does that make sense? So I feel like some of you, there's great success here because you might have been professionally in a field where you don't have to collaborate. You can work as if, you know, everybody works as if they're insulated, as if every man's an island. But I do feel for others of you, your ability to really network professionally, to really show other managers or supervisor that you're a great leader, that you're a great team player. The opportunities might not have presented themselves in the past, or your ability to work collaboratively and successfully might have hindered your ability to rise to a position of prominence. And so coming through for this month, I feel that you need other people. You will be put in a position where you have to collaborate with other people, where you need to teach other people, where you need to interact heavily with other people. And other people's assessment of you matters a great deal, and it might make or break the work environment. It might like allow you a foot in the door into a really prestigious company, a very stable, enjoyable place to work. Or it can hurt your career development. So I feel overall, working with other people rather than, you know, being the lone wolf in the limelight, collaborating with other people, reaching out to other people, showing other people how great of a team player you are, how on board you are, how effective you are at communicating and playing nice and being able to mingle and being able to socialize. It's going to be really good for you. And I feel some of you are a little bit kind of like shy. Okay, so you might not be used to making cold calls. You might be in a customer service capacity where you have to resolve problems, troubleshoot, help people deal with some issues. And you might be a little bit more on the shy side. This is the month in which you need to step out of that comfort zone and play a little bit more of a dominant role. Okay, so play a little bit more of a leadership role, play a little bit more of an aggressive, assertive, dominant role so that you can stand out from amongst the crowd. I do see overall, the work environment that you're in, it's very dynamic. It's not a rigid structure company or an institution. It's highly innovative. So they do value innovation. And innovation, it doesn't come through in a vacuum, right? Like, technological diffusion, innovative ideas, innovative breakthroughs, they don't happen because everyone works in a bubble. They happen because people share and collaborate and, talk about best practices and basically pick and choose what works and what doesn't so that they can have the best to successfully complete a project, to successfully design or create something, or design and assemble a team or assemble a product. So I feel like the environment that you're in values innovation. They value information sharing. And so being a lot more of a team player is going to be really good for you. And the environment itself is not rigid and boring and, um, I want to say it's not based on seniority. And I feel that being able to joke around a little bit more, not keeping yourself shut in your office or in your cubicle is going to be really good for you. So you need other people for this month, okay? And you need to branch out. I do feel though, for some of you, there is a significant relationship, and I feel like it's a family situation that is going through some turbulence. Okay, so I feel for some of you, it could be somebody that you've been dating for a while. You have a very strong emotional connection, but they're not looking for the stability that you're looking for. And at the same time, I also feel there is an element here about you elevating, things happening really fast for you. It is your time to shine. And so energetically, you're on a different wavelength, on a different vibration. The partner that you've been with, I feel that you're no longer seeing eye to eye. You're no longer working towards the same goals. And so you might quickly realize this. And on top of that, your world is opening up. There's new people soliciting you for dates, soliciting you for opportunities to go out, have fun, let your hair down. And so I feel like you're reassessing a major significant relationship in your life and to figure out whether or not it is still possible for you to be in it, or whether or not it's really hindering your progress and your ability to move forward, okay? So it's a very other-oriented month, Capricorn, and your ability to work with others is really going to allow you to move on to that next stage, that next evolutionary stage in your professional life, in your own personal growth, okay? Financially, I feel this is going to be a really big breakthrough month for many of you. It's looking really good, okay?